but they're basically making 35 basis points from me. And this is Robinhood. They need to be competitive. The same number in JP Morgan probably is going to be at least 2% if you're a good customer, great customer. If you're, just you and me, 3%. I mean, they're not going to pay you more than 2%. Savings rates at Citibank, for example. And this is high yield savings rate. Yeah, 385. And this is high yield. So they're making 90 basis off of their best customers. That typically requires at least a balance of 50,000 or more, for example. But everybody's affected. If you're a company that has a lot of debt, obviously that affects you very badly negatively. If you have adjustable rate mortgages, you're affected negatively. Even if you don't have debt, high interest rates typically affect the economy negatively. So even Walmart would be affected. Even Google would be affected, and they have a lot of cash. I mean, they actually make money on higher interest rates because they have so much cash. But overall economy is going down. Ads on internet searches are going to go down. So everybody is affected. Idiosyncratic surprise. Only one or a few back in, I think, 2012 or 13, Apple announced that Steve Jobs had terminal cancer. What do you think happened to Apple stock? It went down. Okay, that's understandable. What do you think happened to Coke stock that day? I have no idea. But I have no reason to expect that Coke stock is going to go down. Why? Because Steve Jobs is completely unrelated to Coke's fortunes. Maybe Google may have been affected a little bit, or Microsoft, because they're competitors, but that's about it. Okay. Now let's give a break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about what sort of things happen in diversified portfolios. Resume. Okay. Now, let's talk about the concept of diversification. Oh, I'm sorry. The bulbs in these things have a limited life, and they are pretty expensive. Not that it matters to me, they pay me the same. Okay, who's going to tell me what they understand when I say diversify? Just want to know what that means to you. Basically, not putting all your eggs into one basket. The idea is if you got 30 eggs, all of them are in a basket, you trip, you break pretty much all 30 of them. If they're in 30 different things, well, If something happens, only that basket is going to be affected. It is the idea of dispersing the risk into many, many assets. Presumably, because not all assets are affected by shocks in the same way. Now, this is especially true for idiosyncratic surprises. We can write generically return for an asset as follows. Return of the asset is equal to some expected return because of the things we know that are going to happen. I'm going to call this some coefficient. Let's call that B times S, and let's call this B of A, where S is a source of systematic surprise, and B of A is the degree to which asset A is affected by such systematic surprises. And U of A, let me do a comma, is the firm or asset specific surprise. What is important about U of A, these surprises are not correlated across assets. For example, let's think about an asset. Suppose I created a stock, and this stock pays you every year 20% of the money that I earn, okay? The name of this stock is Dr. Z, so ticker is DRZ. It's simple. You pay a certain amount, and you are entitled to 20% of my salary every year. I can actually have a stock like this. Not that anybody would buy it, but theoretically I can. Similarly, I can do the same thing for Savannah, SVN, okay? Savannah stock gives its shareholders 20% of Savannah's income until she dies every year. Now, There's going to be some surprises in my income stream. There's going to be some surprises in Savannah's income stream that are due to only personal reasons. Obviously, economy goes down, my income goes down, her income goes down. Economy goes up, we both go up. But independent of a systematic surprise, there's going to be something positive in my life. I don't know. I'm going to get a lottery and I'm going to earn some money, or she's going to earn some money. But those surprises are not correlated. If you know that I had a positive surprise in my life that has nothing to do with economic stuff or economy-wide stuff, your opinion of what's going to happen to Savannah doesn't change at all. So knowing that I had a good thing doesn't mean she's going to have a good thing. So on average, we expect 0 individual surprise. Okay? But those surprises are uncorrelated. Hence, if we have a portfolio of very large number of assets, and for simplicity, assume that assets are equally weighted in the portfolio. So there are 10,000 stocks, and I'm going to invest $10,000. In every single one of them, I'm going to invest $1. Okay? That's what we mean by equally weighted. The same arguments apply for unequally weighted, but this makes exposition easy. Then return to the portfolio. Weight of each asset is 1 over n if there are n assets in the portfolio. So return to the portfolio itself is equal to 1 over n times return of the first asset or average of, I'm just going to call it generically RA, where A is from 1 to n. Okay. Now, the average operator is linear, which means average of returns of A is equal to average of expected value of